Yeah, perfect.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
that was a bad idea.
Where you cunt? Why?
Well, I don't. My pants isn't gonna suck it up.
Yeah, but it won't show on your pants. It shows on mine.
Yeah, it's not.
I'll piss myself.
Yeah, you pissed yourself.
Yeah. What up? I'm back.
He's back.
You didn't think it would happen.
Episode 20 of Prime Meets.
This is episode 20.
It is, yeah, and it has been a month plus since we have recorded together, and it has been
Yeah, real shit. You guys thought I was gone.
2 weeks before this. Well, Ben has listened to all the episodes while he was working, and he's impatiently asking for the next one to be uploaded.
Which Ben?
The band one. What do you mean, which Ben?
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Wait, Ben's been listening.
Yeah, Ben is up to date, and
Damn.
when we could have recorded and uploaded last week, I didn't have a way to get here
Yeah.
because I didn't want to bring your mic back here on my bike.
No, I feel that. That would have been rough. Yeah, it's like I got back like 2 weeks ago, and life kind of just resumed. There was a lot of stuff to do. Like uni started again for me, so I lost a lot of time. But hey, we're finding it.
Yeah.
We're finding when we're available.
And I don't know. I will try and put these out every Saturday, but if not, too bad.
Yeah.
All right. So you were in America.
Yeah. Crazy
Is
place.
it a dystopia like I imagine it is?
No, not really. It felt real. It felt like I was there in the moment. It didn't feel too disjointed. But well, let's go first. I want to talk about Canada first.
Who's his brother? Oh, he was also in Canada. He showed me the notes he has, and he just swiped. There's so fucking many of them.
Because I decided while I was there to take notes. Like when something happened to me, I took a note of it instantly.
Yeah.
Just so I remembered. And the first note at the top of the list is this guy is complaining about a drill being loud. I had to think about that one for a second.
Right.
That was in the airport at home before I even left.
Uh-huh.
So there was some construction going on in the airport.
There were some drillers.
Yeah, this guy had to drill for like 5 seconds, stop for a bit, and then go again.
Right.
And it was pretty loud. But it's like, hey, construction.
Yeah.
He can't stop it from being
because
loud.
they're loud.
And there was this guy who was just kept on shouting, just shut the fuck up. He kept on shouting at the guy.
Did he work there, or was he just a patron? It was just a guy.
Yeah, this was just a patron who was shouting.
What the fuck?
And he's like, yeah, mate, you can just do that with a spanner. Like, you don't need to be so loud. It's like, bro,
Whoa.
please shut up. Like, it ain't that deep.
And he was not cooking.
No, he was not.
By the
He
sound of
wasn't.
it.
He thought he was being funny. He was not funny.
Oh, that makes it worse too.
And then
If he's just like some dumb old guy who's like, "Shut up, my ears hurt," that's like okay, that's like that's like not cool, but it's like passable. If he's trying to be funny, that's like such an L.
yeah, and then when I landed in Sydney, and when I landed in Sydney to go to America, I had a very tight international transfer.
Mm-hmm.
And I had very little time, and I had the entire flight, and like the day before, my family were like, "Okay, we got a very tight layover. We got to be quick.
Yeah.
Like no fucking about."
Right.
And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I got this. I'm fine. I'll get through it quick." I was walking off the plane through the tunnel, and I've got my headphones on, listening to music, and I just hear my headphones disconnect, and I'm like, that's odd. So I go to get my phone. Phone's not in my pocket. Phone isn't in any pocket. I was like, shit. I started freaking out. I had that
worst
panic.
feeling too. When you got off a plane.
I sprinted
Oh.
back down the tunnel, and I got and there were still people coming out of the plane. As I had to stand there for a bit, people came out. I sprinted down the aisles of the plane. The flight attendants were looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I left a phone." They're like, "Oh, be quick." And I'm like, "Yep." And I got to what I thought was my seat.
Oh.
I was tearing, like the little folder bit.
Yeah.
That like
that
holds
has
like the
menu
vomit bag and all
shit
that.
in it.
I was ripping stuff out of there like this entire line. I'm like, "Where's my phone?" I was in the row before where I was actually sitting.
Yeah.
So I was like, I looked up and like, oh shit. So I went and I found my phone, ran back out. My family had already like moved off to the next area.
Yeah.
I was sprinting through the air and I was
Fuck that.
the panic I felt.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun. And then we transferred fine, and it was all chill then. We went through the international airport, which is always an experience.
Oh yeah.
And then boarding the flight to Vancouver, it's like I'm like where it's because there's a bunch of people. It's a full flight, so it's taking a long time to like move through the plane to get to our seats at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like my family's behind me, and then there's another family in front, and they have a younger son who is just being a little brat.
Yeah.
Like he's probably like 13, 14.
Oh, never mind.
And at one point he goes, "Fuck off, mum." And I was just like, "Oh, no. And
That's not possible.
And the mum was just like, "Don't speak to me like that again. You've been doing it all day." I'm just like, "What the hell?"
That is far too tolerant.
I'm like, "You can't be talking to your mother like that."
That's a smack to the face right there, bro.
And then, the flight to Canada was hellish.
Well, I can imagine. Sydney to Canada would be fucking...
Only 12 hours. Not the longest flight I did.
No, that's so shit, though.
But I didn't sleep the night before, so I could sleep on the flight.
Yeah.
I couldn't fall asleep on the flight.
Because of a kid?
No, he was away from me.
Okay.
But, like, I just couldn't fall asleep. For some...
Well, that's an L.
Unknown reason. And I was just... I had to, like, stand up and stand in the bathroom because I felt so sick from exhaustion.
But you couldn't fall asleep.
But I couldn't fall asleep.
But I fell asleep on the fucking plane back from Brisbane to here.
And then I couldn't
Somehow.
reach my bag that had my stuff in it because the guy in front of me had fully reclined.
Oh.
And he was fully reclined when he wasn't even sleeping.
Oh, yeah. That's...
Which is what pissed me off.
Did you kick him forward like the guy on my flight?
We were both on that flight.
Oh, yeah.
We were next to each other.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. No, I kind of like bumped him, and he looked at me, and I'm
because
like,
they don't have a lot of resistance. Those fucking planes.
But I was just like, damn.
Just shoot him.
But yeah, got to Vancouver, got to Canada. Cool place. I definitely want to go back to Canada.
Yeah, Vancouver's valid.
It felt almost like Australia. Like it felt kind of like Australia, but different.
Oh, so it was clean.
Like it was dirtier because it's a fairly big city.
Yeah.
So there's dirt, but yeah, it wasn't like there wasn't like piles of trash on the main streets.
Right.
If you went onto the back streets.
Yeah, that's fine.
The entire time I thought about like when I was going there, because in Australia we have a homeless problem.
Yeah.
But not to the end. But also there's a big difference between our population and theirs.
Yeah.
Like we're 24 million,
and they have a lot of French people.
Yeah, they've got like 330 million.
Yeah.
So then they got a bigger drug problem.
And they all live in like two sides and the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got there and I was like, damn, there is a lot of homeless.
Yeah, and
like,
you're walking around with a 12 gauge.
And then there are also just a lot of people on the street just fenting. Just fent walking.
People fent posting in public.
And you're like, damn, this is just kind of sad.
When they walk around like the zombies.
Like, the area we were in wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
At night or, like, early morning, it was a bit like, oh, okay. That's a bit interesting.
And it smelled like weed.
But, like, when we went, like, right into the middle of the city, it was like, oh, that's crazy. But all the homeless and even, like, the druggos were nice in a way. Like, they weren't like...
Well, they're nice here as well
yeah,
to aggravate them.
Yeah, like, here you've actually got to, like, piss them off for them to, like, scream and, like, go off at you.
Like, check this out.
But...
That's on one of the trains in Brisbane. And,
what
like,
is that?
it's a sweet and sour McDonald's packet. A sauce packet that's been, like, squeezed out onto a toilet seat. And it can't flush. I peed in this and I tried to, like, couldn't flush the packet.
That's sad.
And I walk out and, like, to the left there's just, like, a half-eaten McChicken and, like, a bag just on one of the chairs.
So
it's just like,
you knew.
Oh, damn. That's fucking disgusting.
But I was like, yeah, the homeless people there weren't too bad. Like, it was still...
Oh, yeah, you rate the homeless people?
I don't rate it. It was confronting. Like, it's confronting.
Yeah, damn, I rate these homeless people.
Because where we live, there ain't a whole lot of homeless.
No.
Like, it's not...
No, there's
a
not.
common occurrence.
They all hang around one place.
Yeah.
The shelter.
And then... But yeah, it was like, Canada was cool, beautiful. I saw some beautiful things.
Did you see some beautiful women?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
smelt a lot of weed.
Yep.
And then it would be like
And you partook?
So I would wake up at 5 a.m. A lot of mornings, and you would know this because I'd wake up at 5 a.m. I couldn't fall
And
asleep.
he would join the Discord
I would join the
call.
Discord call, and for you guys, it'd be like 11 p.m.
It would be about 11 or 12 when you would join, and you would do
I
it
join,
routinely.
and these guys would be gaming,
We'd still be up.
and then I'll just turn on my camera as I walk through the streets of Canada at 5 a.m. I'd go get a coffee and like a pastry or some breakfast, and I'd just be streaming for these guys. And
It was nice.
they seemed to enjoy it. A lot of the boys were like, "Damn, this is like relaxing," because it was like raining. It was like always like a light rain. I was giving some commentary.
Yeah, it was like it was Casey Neistat vlogging.
Yeah, it was cool. It made me think. I'm like, damn, I should have done this vlog and shit. I would have been on it. Could have made some money.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'll give it a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
The stories for now. I just won't just talk the entire trip in one go. Did you music? Do we talk about music?
Oh yeah, sure. How much of that have you listened to?
Let me give it a look.
So new albums that have come out that we haven't talked about. There was Scrapyard by Quedeca, which was a collection of his last 3 like EPs plus a bit more songs, which was a pretty well-rounded mixtape project. There was 2093 by Yeet,
I did listen to that.
which just like Nicki Minaj had like 2 more deluxes that dropped after with more songs. Kid Cudi dropped his deluxe for Insano. It's
Okay,
Insano Nitro Mega.
I
I think
did
is a lot
listen to
better
it.
than the Insano project. I'm not even finished with it yet. I'm like halfway through listening to it. Earth Gang dropped Robophobia. And probably the biggest one on the list, Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign dropped Vultures 1.
Yep. And we did a listen party for Vultures.
Yeah, I was at work and they all had a listening party.
Were you not here?
No, I wasn't here.
No, you weren't here. For some reason, I thought you were. Yeah, it was good.
I got home and I didn't have a way to get here. I think it was raining or something. But I don't know. I thought it was good when I listened to it, and it's grown on me a bit.
Yeah.
There are still like Hood Rat. Easily is the worst song on there.
Yeah.
Easily. Burn, Back to Me, Do It are good. Fuck Some and Carnival are good.
Yeah. I think it's
They're
good.
just Playboy Cardi tracks.
It's definitely better than Donda.
Yeah.
I enjoy
You
it more than Donda.
Damn.
There's quite.
I can only say I have it above Jesus is King, but that doesn't mean it's bad to me.
There's quite a lot of like Donda. I just kind of
Yeah, there's a lot of
won't
Donda
listen
filler.
to.
I choose to ignore that stuff on Donda.
Yeah, but I know
Which I
because
feel is a
it's
cop-out.
part of the album. So
It
it's
is
like,
part of the album.
if it detracts from it, I feel like I've got to
Yeah, that's
take
fair
a point
enough.
off the album.
I had that same conversation with Riley.
But yeah, so the
One of the
first time I
episodes.
listened to Vultures, like when we had the listening party when it came out, I was like, okay, yeah. And then like I think with every album, I gave it a couple more listens, and I was like, okay, no, I do like this more. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Like it's not the worst thing. The
I
updated
think-
version of Vultures is better than the original.
I like the single.
Yeah,
Yeah. They're still working on that.
yeah.
I think it's been updated still.
Damn.
Or at least some mixing. Like some of the producers are tweeting about how they're still working on it live. So that's cool. Hot fixes. I'm looking forward to the second Vultures. The second of the trilogy. It's meant to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
I think Vultures 2 is going to be pretty cool. And he has said himself that it's going to be a more like listenable, happy
Okay.
album.
That
So
sounds good.
That sounds good. I hope Everybody is on there. I hope Gun to My Head is on there. Even though that doesn't sound very happy. That's a very nice song.
Yeah.
From what I've heard in the listening parties. I don't know. Other stuff coming out this Friday. Schoolboy Q is dropping Blue Lips. And I don't know how much of that you've heard from the rollout, but that looks really good.
Okay. Yeah.
He's also like bulked up. He used to be a big fella. He's hench now.
He's done some stuff.
Yeah, he
He's-
looks like Stormzy build.
Ooh.
He's built up, yeah.
Yeah. Stormzy is.
Or like
built.
a little bit more sleeper than that, but
Yeah.
he's still in that realm. That should be good. ASAP Rocky's album should be hopefully coming out
Yeah.
sometime. It's meant to have been coming out for like 2 or 3 years, but I'm hoping it comes out at least the front half of this year. That should be good.
Hmm.
The Robophobia by Earth Gang was a really good EP. I liked that. It's 5 songs, but there's only really 4 songs on it. But I'm just wanting them to drop an album. They've been dropping these EPs. They dropped Rest in Peace, Human Art, and then Robophobia. I just want a full album to come out because it's such a vibe. Fuck me. Me and Ben were in Brisbane
Yeah.
for Will's 21st. Brisbane is so hot. Like, it
It's
was so humid when we were there.
yeah.
And like, everyone's like, oh, it just rained. And it's like, yeah, but it hasn't been raining as much as up here. And it's still like, God, it is hot.
Yeah, Brisbane's hot.
And we were staying at Will's. They don't have, like, their main area. It's just like fans. There's not many fans. And there's only one aircon, and it was in our room, and we couldn't have it on all the time, which is fine. But like,
That's rough.
we were melting. Like one night, I turned off the aircon because I thought that was what I was meant to do, and me and Ben were just sleeping on the floor, dying. And he didn't get much sleep. I got like not much either.
Yeah.
And then I was ripping some toxic farts towards the end of the trip.
Something crazy.
Yeah, we hit up the wing house, and I had like a liter of beer because they
Ooh.
sold it in liters and half liters in this big.
Yeah.
Right, how do you say this word? You ready? Is it Stain or Stein?
Stein.
Okay, whatever. I always thought it was Stain.
No, it's Stein.
Okay, well, I heard some European arse sounding guy say Stain, so I'm like, that's how you say it. And I've kept that with me, and every time I say it, I get in trouble.
Yeah, it is Stein, but okay, you know.
I refuse to say it that way just because that's how the European guy said it.
The European
The
guy.
European guy, yeah. The League of Legends lore guy. He says Stain.
Yeah, so you sure it's just not like his accent, and it's a word.
It's
he
definitely
doesn't say
his
often?
accent, but he's European, so I'm gonna.
Not German.
I think he is. Nikrit?
Yeah, I do. I don't think he's German.
Where's he from?
Not Germany.
Alright.
Oh, you're gonna.
I'm gonna Google it right now. What's the over-under on it? Nikrit.
Yeah, it is a Stein, but yeah, Brisbane's hot.
Brisbane was hot. Oh, bloody, he's from Czech Republic.
Real shit.
Victoria is on fire again.
Mm.
That's what Michael was talking about.
It's either on fire or having severe storms.
Yeah. And didn't they have bushfires like last year? Around this time?
That Victoria and New South Wales are bad for it.
Which is a shame because I want
so
to
dry.
move there at some bloody point. I'll just be on the coast. I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, if you live in like the city, you're fine.
I'll be out a bit. I'll be out from the city. I'll be on the coast.
Yeah, as long as you're not living in the Blue Mountains,
No, I don't think I will be.
because that shit
That place
just
is
combusts anyway.
Did you see? Speaking of fire, did you see the guy who self-immolated
In front of the
in front of the Israeli?
in Washington.
Yeah, in Washington.
I did see that.
The Israeli. What's it called?
I know what you're
Bureau. No, not bureau. It's
I know it's
it's the place where our boy was locked up.
it's not consulate.
No, it's not a consulate. Where did Julian Assange hide? He hid in a.
Yeah, it's I know the
He hid in a
word.
diplomas.
Oh.
Dip. Oh Jesus! Oh, I just choked
Hey
on
Siri.
my
Consulate synonyms.
spit.
Synonyms?
It's a diploma. Diplomacy. A diplomat goes to a.
Oh,
What the fuck? I feel like this is a word we should know. A bureau.
Embassy.
Embassy.
you know, I went on to Google and I said set on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
And
tough.
he didn't live, did he?
I don't think so.
Because the guy on the Rage Against the Machine
Yeah,
cover
dies.
lived. No, but this guy lived and he did the same thing.
Oh, you talking about the monk?
Yeah, the monk.
Yeah, the monk who set himself on fire.
That
yeah.
monk lived,
Yeah,
right?
he lived. I think he did.
Monk, Rage Against the Machine. He lives. The protest of... I can't read that. Godindem. He lived. I don't know how he lived. Because he apparently just sat in the traffic for a while.
Yeah, in a piece.
Bro, that's so hard though. And he lived?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't believe that. Lives? Question mark? Yeah, so that's rough.
But yeah, I did see that.
I
That's
feel like
crazy,
that
yeah.
is pretty crazy because he was... What was it? He was in the military, right?
Yeah, Air Force.
He was in the Air Force and he didn't want to do what they were doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which,
Jesus, I'm dying right here.
interesting.
You
But
reckon
yeah.
if someone did that and then said the opposite, it would be covered as much? Like down with Palestine? Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, Australian media would love that. They'd eat that up.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be covered as much.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, I might as well.
Continue on with the
After
America
Vancouver,
stories. Yeah.
I went to Seattle. So first, I'm in the United States of America.
Mm.
First off, I had to get up at 4 a.m. to catch a train from Canada across the border.
Right.
So we got to the Vancouver train station at like 4:35 a.m.
Were they immigrants?
So I had to go. You have to go through like immigration. But outside of the train station, before you get in, I was like, "Oh, I'll rip off all my plane tags and all that." And on the plane tags, it has the big blue striped international transfer tag.
And you probably needed.
I pulled that off, but there is a little metal ring in it that the string goes through, and I pulled. This thing cut through and mutilated my hand.
Oh.
I was bleeding. Like, I've got like a little bit. There's a tiny bit there, like
What
scarred
the fuck?
on my
I
hand.
don't like the look of that.
Yeah. There's like, so I cut both hands with it by accident.
Dumb.
So I cut that, and then so like I cut along like this palm, like around like that way.
Did they think that you were a terrorist?
And then I cut, and then so I'm not good with blood.
Right. Yeah.
I see blood, I'll pass out. I was kind of swaying in the middle of the train station.
You looked like you were fent posting.
And my family was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, bleeding.
Yeah.
So like, family got tissues, and we pressed all the tissues on, and like I was kind of just sitting there holding it. And then I'm going through immigration.
Yeah.
To get onto the train, and I had to do a thumbprint.
So
So I'm there, and I go to it's like this big, like the big American border agent, and there's like all the Department of Homeland Defense stuff everywhere, and you're like, this is not intimidating at all.
Yeah.
It's like, and I show my hand, and he just goes, "Whoa," and I'm like, I still need the prints, don't I? And I'm like, yeah. Try not to get blood on my machine. I got so much blood on that machine. I felt so bad. And
that's step one of taking it back.
Yeah, it was, and I was like, I need to get down. I need to get on this train and sit down and chill. I get on the train. It's a pretty nice train ride because you go right through the countryside,
Mm-hmm.
and you go through like small little towns. Like you're going along the coast the entire time.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You get to the border.
Yeah.
You stop at the border.
Yeah.
You look up and you can see all the cars that are coming through or like being stopped
fuck
and
that.
searched.
That line is so evil.
So
Apparently it's like easy to get out, but it's so hard to get back in.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That just looks insane. And I look up the hill. I see 4 Border Force agents walking down the hill, all fully armed with ARs
As you do.
or assault rifles of some kind. And I'm like, that's crazy.
So the Canada to America border it's more chill than the Mexico.
Yes, a lot more chill. A lot more chill. So they come down and they come into the train and like they come by and they like check all of our stuff. They ask us questions. It's like cool. And then like they go further because we're at the front of the train. They go further down. Like they go to the next carriage. I'm looking up on the hill, and I'm like, "Does that guy have a sniper?"
Jesus Christ.
I never got that answered because I didn't
Did you
ask.
see the glinting in the light?
But I could just see the guy laying there.
Oh yeah, he
I
probably
saw
had.
a
He probably
glint.
had the thing on him.
So I don't know if it was like just like a little like binoculars.
No, he had a 50 cal and he was pointing it at you.
But I think he was ready.
He was ready.
I think he knew what he was doing.
he was going to be in that American Sniper movie. Dude, did you witness in real life a headshot?
No.
Oh.
What the? I would be scarred for life.
Well, that's like a quintessential American thing that you see.
What?
Yeah, you see police brutality, headshots. You see
All-
morbidly obese land whales.
Mm,
Did you?
um.
Yeah, they're just American staples, all of them.
So it's like across the border. We get into Seattle. We get off the train and it's it's like a 5-minute walk from our hotel.
Mm.
And
Did
we're
you see
staying-
Macklemore?
No,
Oh.
and we're staying in like a cool area. We're staying in Occidental Square,
Yeah, I know what that means. Occidental.
and it's kind of like the founding area of Seattle.
I've heard of Occidental, actually.
Now, and like Pioneer Square and all that. It's like
Yes.
the founding area, and people who've been there might know what I'm going to talk about. Depends. It's full of homeless
Yeah, I can imagine that. It's Seattle.
and crackies.
They have a problem with people just like homeless people shitting everywhere,
Yeah,
and
and
they have the
pissing.
same problem of people just like accessing your car.
Yep.
They just break the glass, check if you have anything, and then if you don't, they'll just be on your way.
So the first thing was us. We're kind of going up like this hill, and we're in like there's all these old buildings, old brick buildings. Looks really cool. And then we kind of see where we're staying has like just opened,
Oh, new place.
and it's like new, and it's kind of like hidden, like in a little side alley, and it's all like you've got to put in like a bunch of codes and stuff to like get in and like use the elevator and get to your floor.
Yeah.
So our family gets there and we're like, oh cool. So we kind of drop our stuff off, and we walk out the door. The first thing I see is this homeless man grabbing another guy, screaming at him and spitting on him.
That could have been you.
And I'm just like, that's crazy.
Okay, if a homeless person does that to you, are you swinging?
Yes.
Okay.
If someone grabs me, I'm swinging.
Yeah.
Like aggressively. Like
There's
I don't
no
care.
remorse. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I feel that.
So I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And we're kind of walking through this square and it's just getting worse. It's getting worse. And I'm like,
You're at any point questioning why you've come here?
yes. And then we ended up walking down onto like the boardwalk. Well, not boardwalk, but like the seaside, and there's a bunch of tourist stuff there.
Yeah.
So it's a lot cleaner, and there's like a lot of police.
Yeah, more guns. More
A
guns.
lot
Yum,
of
yum,
guns.
yum. Yummy.
And I'm kind of walking around, and I go to my family. I'm like, they gloat about their country. Kind of just like this is fucked. Like this is insane.
Yeah, Ben's takeaway from America was the only place worth going was New York.
I don't even know if I'd want to go to New York.
I want to go to New York.
Well, actually, no, I'd like to go, but I feel like it would be like Seattle. Like I feel like that would be.
Nah, because for the same reason I find the capital cities of Australia pretty, I think I'd find New York pretty. And that it's just a bunch of architecture and buildings.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the city is alive, and there's more life in the city than there is in the people. Or something like that. Something to that effect. So I would like to go to New York. I wouldn't mind going to Vegas too. But that's just like a shitty tourist trap in a desert.
So we got to Seattle. We had to walk to a Target because my father needed shoes.
Right, yeah. Wait, did any Americans hear you say that and challenge you?
No, I didn't say it too loudly because
You should have said it loudly. Nah, you wouldn't get shot.
Maybe.
What kind of insane patriotic dickhead would shoot you for saying that? An insane patriotic dickhead? That's so...
Real shit?
Oh, that's so... Yeah, well... I don't know. The only thing...
Real shit, I'll show you a photo
America
later.
exports crazy people and food. Oh, was the food good?
Okay, so the food wasn't bad.
Oh, well, that's... Okay.
The bread was dog shit. Bread was so sweet.
The bread... Oh, that's apparently a problem in Japan as well.
Bread was
the bread is really sweet. Well, were you getting sweet bread?
No, just normal bread, and it was so sweet.
Oh, that's fucking sad. Well, I don't know. If I was to go to America, that would be the place. That would be the thing I care about the most. I would not be able to keep my diet because of how energy dense their food is. But the food would be good, I imagine. Like each state has their own thing.
The food was dense. Seattle was cool. Like it was an experience to go to. But I was kind of just like, this is just. I preferred Canada. Canada was cool.
Yeah, right.
We ended up walking to on like the last day because nothing else really happened. Like I went to like the Space Needle, the Museum of Pop Culture.
Is that the one on the Drake cover?
Yes.
Right.
Well, I think there's one in Toronto like it, but
oh, okay. Well, it would make sense if it was a Toronto one,
but
I think it's the Seattle one.
I went to there's a place called Pike Street Market.
Pike Place.
Pike Place, yeah.
It is just a fish market.
Yeah, it's a fish market. But they do other things.
Yeah, but they're famous for being a fish
There's
market.
a lot of fish. I smelled like fish.
Oh, that fucking reminds me. I was stuck on another plane with another stinky guy next to me. Fucking hated it.
You sure it's not you?
No, he was a FIFO worker and he reeked of dirt and he smelled like a work site. That's all.
Brother had work.
Yeah, but bruh.
So
Anyway.
we go to the market. It's like the last, like just before our last night there, and we go to like this cafe to like sit down and have breakfast. And like every other cafe or sit down place, the person would be like, "Oh, where's your accent from?" and then we tell them Australian, and then they had this full freak out, and they started saying all this stuff in Australian accent to us.
You get the free Australia in America riz.
And I wanted to shoot myself.
Yep.
And then
that's a thing.
Yeah.
It's easy for Australians.
And then we're sitting there, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So I'm walking through this market. I go down a couple floors to this bottom level, and it's a little bit dodgy, dark.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like, I don't want to be here.
Did you
But
witness someone shoot up?
I go into the men's bathroom. There is 2 guys laying on the floor, and one guy just kind of fent posted in the middle. And I just went, nope, and turned around and went back up the stairs and held it in.
He wouldn't have done anything to you.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go in the bathroom.
No, I wouldn't. Wait.
It was a small bathroom. Like,
So
they took
there
up 90% of the
There were
space.
2 people on the ground.
Yeah, like sleeping. Or
Wow.
whatever. And this guy was just...
That
like,
sounds
full
more
of
scary than
feathers
what
on it.
I've seen. I've seen a guy shoot up and then stand next to me with his needle.
And I was kind of just like, I don't want to... So then
That sounds worse.
I walked back up the stairs and down the hallway, and there's another guy coming past me, and he just went, oh, is the bathroom over there? And I just went, don't go to the bathroom. And he was like, oh, okay, and like turned around.
Wait, was there like a disabled bar? Was there another
No,
option?
I like the disabled ones were locked.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm like, okay, this ain't for me.
How badly would you need a shit to go into that bathroom?
I would have needed to be like, it would have had to be in my
The
pants.
dams would have been bursting.
Yeah.
That's so rough. Because when I need a shit and I'm like, and I finally decide, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go shit in the public toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already made that decision. It'd have to be bad for me to change my mind, because if I need to shit in the public toilet, I need to shit.
And then you've said you're gonna go shit. It makes it worse because like your body's like, oh, we're about to shit.
It's shitting time. Yeah. That's tough.
But yeah, there were some cool things in Seattle. Still, like, and then we caught another early morning flight from Seattle to Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's a good album. By the time I get to Phoenix,
I had those stereotypical TSA interactions.
oh, did they put their finger in your ass?
No, they were just kind of rude and
Oh,
just
right.
angry, and I'm like, I'm trying to be as respectful as I can here.
Did any of them bring up the fact that you have a podcast? Like you said they might?
No.
Oh, that would be so tight.
that would have been fun.
Your co-host talks about terrorism a lot.
Yeah. I don't know him. And then
Is
like
Phoenix better than Seattle? I reckon Phoenix would be sick as. Because it's
I'll get to it. Don't you worry.
because they have barbecue.
So we take this flight, and then I'm on like traditional cheap American airline. And we always get like these news articles of American flights and just weird people on them.
Yeah, like the Burger King guy or the lady who...
Yeah, I didn't have stuff like that, but I just had some weird people on it.
Were they stinky?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they would just make noises. And I'm like, okay.
Oh. Okay.
But they weren't near me, so
Yeah.
I was fine. And then,
Did you have checked luggage this entire time?
yeah.
I couldn't... I hear too many stories about people losing their shit on American Airlines.
Yeah, no, I didn't lose anything.
Well, lucky you.
Like, I had insurance on it, so...
Yeah. That's big chilling then.
So, like, we land in Phoenix, and I get out, and it's just concrete everywhere. Like, I'm in, like, this, like, almost underground car park.
Yeah.
Where I
Yeah,
get
that's
dropped
something
off.
I don't like about America.
And I was kind of just like, I wonder how big this car park is. 12 floors.
Fuck.
So I'm like, holy shit, Phoenix is big. Phoenix is the 5th largest city in America.
City?
Yeah, well, 5th largest population.
Oh, right.
I didn't know that.
You're in the... Yeah, okay.
So we get
And
there.
wait, was it just concrete everywhere? Like, dystopia concrete everywhere?
But no, I was like underground. Well, kind of
Oh,
like underground
yeah, okay,
almost.
right.
But
Because-
like, I could see up into the sky, but everywhere was just like concrete walls.
Oh,
And it was just dark. It was just loud and just like...
Like
And then-
straight out of the airport.
Yeah, well, I'm still kind of like in the airport. I'm just in like an underground car park.
Yeah, okay, right. That still sounds miserable.
So I'm just like, okay, this is interesting, but like, hey, I'm in a big airport, so fair enough. My uncle comes along in his car. I thought it was my granddad. He looked so much like my granddad, it like scared me for a second. I'm like, whoa, you're supposed to be dead.
Yeah, right.
You've been dead for like a decade. It's crazy. So we get in the car, we drive out,
Was it a big...
and we get onto like the big American motorways.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Where it's like 6 lanes for each side.
Oh, I fucking hate
And
it.
it's insane. And I'm like, there are so many things. And then I'm seeing like just very American, like stereotypical like buildings and like areas,
Oh, they're shit.
like highways, like stuff off highways, like seeing just like big fast food joints, like
Big
very
car parks.
unwalkable cities.
Yeah, I hate it. Oh,
Like it is very car centric, and there's been the thing on social media about people freaking out about like Americans seeing the MCG and it being in 96,000, well, more than that, it's over 100,000 people. But for the Taylor Swift concert, them seeing like the aerial photos and like, and then because the car park is smaller than the stadium here, but in America, all the car parks are bigger than the stadiums,
fucking.
and it's weird. It's a weird place.
It is a weird place. They have big car parks. They have lots of. All the roads look. So when you play GeoGuessr and you get dropped in America, it is almost, if you're not near a landmark, it is impossible to differentiate where you are, and the only way to do it is with their numbered highway grid system, which I fucking hate too. Even though apparently it's like very smart, and like if you know the number, you can figure out exactly where you are.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking. Oh, I just hate it. It's such an ugly country, and it's such a big country.
Yeah, there's a lot of like.
It's
in
ugly.
Big cities, it's ugly.
They have
Like
the imperial system. They have dumb fat people. It's ugly.
The imperial system was doing my head in.
There is nothing to enjoy about that. I don't.
Yeah. So we're
I don't know.
we're
There's
driving,
probably things. There's probably pockets, but fuck.
and I kind of like I was tired, so I kind of fell asleep in the car.
It was
like-
a big car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a big American Ute,
Yeah. Fucking.
which are huge. Dude, I fell asleep, and then like it's like a 2-hour drive because we go to Tucson, where my family live.
Tucson, Arizona.
So I'm
That's a
there,
Beatles song.
So I'm like, okay, and then I wake up and we're in the desert, and it was cool.
And it was cold. Cool.
Like it was both. Like it was cold,
Yeah.
but it just looked cool.
Yeah, it would look cool. I'd get so many photos.
And I'm like, well, I've got a lot of photos. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
I still haven't done any kind of post.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is crazy. And then like we get to their house, which is in like the middle of like a national park, and it's like, you know, the big tall like straight cactuses.
Yeah.
Those are just everywhere. Sterollers,
Were there tumbleweeds?
tumbleweeds. Yep.
Those are heavy.
Yeah, I
If you ever get hit by one of those, fuck.
I saw American things like. I
Oh,
feel like I was
yeah?
in a western.
Did you see Marshall Mathers?
No.
How are we going to get the tape out, Slim?
No, but Tucson was really cool, really pretty. What was I going to say? The first night, I was kind of standing out on the front patio by myself, kind of just looking out like at the sunset. Bro, the coyotes were going crazy. And they are, like, it's kind of terrifying. Because they can, like, scream. And they can, like, project their voice in a way where it sounds like it's coming from a different direction.
Right, coyotes can.
Yeah.
They can do... That sounds like some fucking Lethal Company
Yeah,
shit.
And I could just hear them going off, and I'm like, this is kind of creepy. So I went back inside.
Yeah.
And then I went into, like, the next day, went to, like, their living nature museum in, the middle of the national park.
Living nature.
Bro, I saw a skunk in the wild. That was cool.
What?
I saw skunks.
Did you smell it?
No, it didn't squirt on me.
Oh.
I saw wolves. I saw wolves.
Yeah.
I saw hyenas, which are not pigs.
Were they like Travis Scott?
They look like
Wait,
pigs.
what?
A hyena.
That sounds like a D's Nuts lineup kind of. Javelina. Have a big pussy. Like what the fuck?
No, I'll show you. They're real.
So they're like hogs.
So, well, yeah, they're not pigs. I'm not a pig. I'm a javelina. Is a book that I had as a kid.
I've never heard of that before until now. That's
yeah. So I saw a bunch of like very like American animals, and it felt weird to actually like see them in person.
Interesting.
It's javelina.
Oh, that's just a boar.
Yeah. Well,
that just looks like a boar. It's different.
Yeah, they're different. And
shit.
I'm just like, damn, real shit. That's just a pig.
It
And then I
does
saw a
just look like
porcupine.
pig. Can you eat them?
No, I saw a porcupine.
Bro.
Well, you probably can, but I didn't eat them. I saw a
No,
porcupine. Porcupine was cool. It's kind of like an echidna, but just bigger.
Yeah.
And with like,
Oh, they can shoot
limbs?
the fucking things.
Well, they can like only shoot them like that far.
Oh, that looks like an inch and a half.
Yeah, so like
For reference.
they can't, like they don't really shoot, but they come out
They eject.
That was cool. I ate a burger that had 2 pounds of meat on it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
600 grams.
Wait, 2 pounds is 600 grams?
Yeah.
Is it?
So I ate basically, or close to.
900 grams.
Holy shit. So I basically ate a pack of Coles mints. And I felt sick. I didn't feel good.
Did it even taste good?
Yeah, it actually was pretty good, the burger. It was actually pretty good.
Oh, okay. I feel like I could.
And
take
then,
that.
yeah,
I'd be farting the next day though.
Yeah, that was on my. That was on. Wait, was that on my birthday?
I think it was. I remember you mentioning that.
Oh, it was on my birthday in Australia. But so I was kind of just like, I just treated that as like my actual birthday in America, like the third for me, but the fourth for yous.
Oh, okay, right. Because every time you texted us, it would be time traveling.
Because I was like, yeah, it's just my birthday now. Yeah. And so I treated myself to that burger, and it was crazy. But yeah, and then like, so I had like a week in there, kind of just hung out with family really, that I hadn't seen in years, or some of them I'd never met. And then flew home. And nothing really interesting happened on the flight home.
So you went to Seattle, Vancouver, and Tucson.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it was a good trip. I would definitely want to go back to some of the places. I definitely want to go to Tucson again.
Would you prefer to go with the lads again or the family? Or the family again or the lads? Because Ben said he would prefer to have done the trip with the boys.
The boys' trip would be funny.
Yeah.
It would, but someone would probably die.
Someone would...
That's like my professional opinion.
Would you... Who out of the friend group would you like to see get headshot in front of you? I have my answer because it would be hilarious.
I have mine as well.
Yeah, my answer is me.
My answer was you. So
I feel like if I said something and offended an American,
it's divine karma at that point.
No. Like I said something stupid like beef jerky made of penis. And then he was like, "What?" And then he turns around and headshots me with a blunderbuss. I feel like that would be fucking hilarious. Because it would be sad because I still have goals to do in this world. But I feel like if all my friends had to see that, it would be so funny.
You'd be like, damn.
You'd be like, damn, he made a joke and this American couldn't handle the metal.
It ended it.
He couldn't stomach it and he got blunderbuss and now I'm covered in his blood.
Yeah, it'd be kind of scouring, but also
okay, thank you.
kind of funny.
Yeah, right.
Like cactus.
That's so cartoonish, bro.
Yeah.
That just looks like Looney Tunes looking at shit.
Yeah, like Looney Tunes. But yeah, I would definitely go back. Canada was cool. I'm definitely going back to Canada. Seattle, I want to go back to. Like, I've experienced it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I'll move on. I'd definitely go back to Arizona. I'd like to go to Texas.
I would like to go to Texas to eat, bro.
Yeah, I think if me and you went, we would do something to the food.
Yeah, because like going to America is just like it's boot camp for my fucking tummy.
Yeah,
because I would eat the shit out of. I don't know,
bro. I had to buy fiber pills, like
Metamucil,
and then also like vitamins.
Seriously?
Because there's so much food like lacking vitamins there, or like lacking proper vitamins.
That's so fucked up, and people grow up like that.
Yeah.
Malnourished in a third world country. Disgust me. No, well, what is it? We're organizing a Japan trip for next year, and like some of the boys are like, "Oh, we gotta go. It'll be the last chance we can go as a group this big." And I'm like, and I hear that, and I'm just like, no, it's not. We'll just have to do it again when we're older, and we'll just book them, and we'll have more, and we'll have bread.
I don't think it'll be the last time. Might be the last time with everyone.
No, with like a group that big. But I'm like, if I organize something 2 years in advance, it would be very difficult for people to be like, I'm doing something. It's like, I know, because I've booked out you from your calendar before you even have your calendar ready.
There is one more thing.
Type shit.
Because I turned 21 in America.
Yes.
The day that I actually turned 21 in America was cool.
Did you buy a firearm?
No, I bought alcohol.
Okay.
Very cheap alcohol.
Yeah, I hate that.
And then I had dinner with like the family, and I kind of celebrated my birthday, which felt weird because I don't often do that at home, like have a cake and stuff. And then everyone kind of like disappeared and like went to bed, And like my family there have like a weird like little spiral staircase that goes up onto the roof, and there's kind of like just like a you're just on the roof.
Is there a door at the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm up on the roof and I'm kind of just in there, and I had a weird like homesick feeling.
When did you see the sun? Right? Did you see the sun?
Yeah, I saw like the sunset, and I was kind of sitting there, and it was like dark, and I was kind of sitting on the roof, and I had like my headphones on playing music, and it was odd because I felt like homesick in a way, but like all my family was there.
Yeah, I did that.
I go down. I think I was just missing all my friends because I was like that entire day I was getting messages from people like, "Oh, happy birthday! Can't wait for you to come back." And I'm like, "Damn,
You're such a big cutie.
yeah." I was feeling kind of emotional. I'm like, "Wow, kind of want to go back home," and I was so excited to get back home. Like when I landed in Melbourne, and I saw like an Australian flag, and I saw Australian things. I'm like, "Yes, this is it.
This is it.
This is the spot." But good trip. Would definitely wouldn't trade it for anything else. It was fun.
Yeah. You know, oh, did you see it? Will is having his birthday in New Zealand, and
Yeah.
he took a photo of a 4.5 litre bottle of Smirnoff for 450 Australian dollars.
Jesus.
There is no way that that's right.
Big purchased.
No,
Well,
but it
someone's
seems
definitely
like-
bought it, but
no, but that seems more expensive than just buying litre bottles of it, right? What's a litre of Smirnoff cost?
let's see. It can't be, yeah.
Unless it was in New Zealand dollars, but then that...
But then, like,
No, it said AUD. It said AUD next to it, so I was like, oh. His response to me saying that was just like, it physically can't be done, and I'm like, yeah. I can have a litre of, like, any liquor over the period of an evening, but 4.5 litres
a
is
litre of Smirnoff in Australia
Yeah.
is $59.
What the fuck? Does that mean the tax is even more in New Zealand? I could never, man.
Yeah, they
Because
probably
alcohol's
could
cheap
have a
in
higher.
America. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
I could do that. There's no point on buying that.
No, there isn't. I think it's just a novelty item, like the big Fireball bottle. Alright. Do you have an album of the week?
I think I do. I've had a couple,
I've had a couple that have come and gone.
but
I need to pick the one I've listened to a bunch.
I had one of them, which I messaged you when I found it. Alfredo by
Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs, produced by The Alchemist. Lovely album.
Good.
I think it's a 9 pushing a 10, honestly.
American Dream by 21.
Savage.
I was playing that quite a bit in America.
Yeah.
Well, I also had a thing where Riley sent me a message. He's like, "Oh, you turned 21 today. You can only listen to 21 Savage." So I did that. That was an interesting day. And then it would have been Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Yeah, okay.
Those,
My post.
yeah, those three were just what I was bumping a lot the past couple of weeks.
I've been coming back to Hiding Places by Billy Woods a lot. It's a lovely album.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Have you heard it?
Yes, I have actually.
Oh, you have. Yeah. I don't know. He borders on fucking spoken word slam poetry, but pulls it back in a rap somehow. And it's just very thought provoking. And every time you listen, you pick up on new words, new pockets of phrases.
Yeah, it's on. So every time we go see Post Malone live, there's a different song I start to like more. And it was definitely like the most recent time was Too Young.
Yes.
Because
Oh, it was a beautifully.
And then like the first time we saw him, it was like Fall Apart. I like that Fall Apart
crazy.
before, but
That song's crazy.
but the first time we saw it, I was like, whoa.
I don't know how the ratings on his albums are so low.
Yeah.
Maybe his cohesive bodies of work, they're not strong, but there's so many good songs on his albums.
Yeah. I don't know.
I wonder.
But yeah, it's been good to be back home. Getting back into uni has been interesting.
Yep, you finally have a microphone back for me.
Yeah, which
Haven't had for 2 weeks.
realistically wasn't like I wasn't missing it.
Well, I got on today, yesterday, and Riley was like, "Where do you even back Fuzzy's microphone?" And then you're like, "When am I going to back my mic?" I was like, "Oh."
Why does Riley care?
I don't know. He said it just before you said it in a separate call, and I was like, "Oh, interesting."
I meant it more as like a joke, but
yeah, I don't mind.
But it's definitely opened up my eyes this year. I want to go on more trips, or I want to go on more boys trips.
Yeah, I'm saving for Japan all year.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna go to bloody.
I know I'm going to go to Melbourne in July.
Yeah, we were gonna go somewhere in June, I think. Are you in that?
I don't think so.
Oh, I think it was Cairns or the Gold Coast.
Oh, no, wait.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's the...
I don't know if that's even still happening. Is that happening?
I've got no idea.
We'll arrange it. We got heaps of time.
But yeah, if I'm going to...
I know the boys are going to Sydney to see some guy that they know online from Discord.
Yeah. I want to go to Melbourne again. Melbourne's just a favourite. I'm definitely going to go out to Bacchus Marsh again.
Melbourne is the W place to be.
And I found I had so much fun in Bacchus when we went. Like, we were only there for, like, the afternoon and the evening.
We should be in Bacchus for longer. It's very nice.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind staying in Bacchus.
Because, like, me and Ben spent one night with his grandparents out in Brisbane, it was like the Brisbane version of Bacchus.
Yeah.
It was just, like, nice countryside-ish. It was just warm. If it was colder, it would have been perfect. But, like, the train station was, like, basically the same.
Yeah.
Just vibes. I like public transport. I like train. Train, nice.
Yeah, train's just a good...
The buses where we live are shit, and I hate them.
Yeah.
But train is nice. Do we have anything else?
I don't really have anything else. I've kind of gone through all my notes.
50 minutes on the comeback. We'll be back next week.
Yeah, we'll be back.
I don't see why we wouldn't be.
Feels odd recording again.
Yeah, should I wait till Saturday to upload this, or just send it like Thursday?
Probably wait till Saturday, just so
Okay.
like we keep it.
Yeah. Alright, thank you for listening.
Thank
This has been
you.
episode 20 of Prime Meats.
Yeah, 20 episodes. That's actually kind of crazy. It feels...
Yeah, we're a fifth of the way to 100. We're going to do 100, and then that's season 1, and then we make a new picture in like season 2.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, cool. Because the podcast distribution people they number it in seasons and episodes.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be the... Anyway.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye.